Hello everyone, this is, it's Parspots. What's up? It's me. And today I'm gonna make a new series of cards because I was bored. So I decided, what if, there's number monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's just make a knockoff version of them. Boom, letters. There we go. So I made a series of letter monsters. Now basically their entire gimmick is that they can use synchro monsters as their own material and gain extra effects if they detach a synchro monster instead of naturally summoning them. And when they're sent to the graveyard, they special summon that synchro monster. So they're pretty powerful. They're pretty strong. So I'm gonna share each and every one of them. Starting off with this one, letter A, Magician of Mystery. Same thing. You can use level 1 synchro monster, and its main effect is once per turn, reveal one synchro monster, then one letter Xyz monster with the same rank level, and then detach either the synchro monster or its own material, and to special summon it and attach this card to it as the material to the new monster. And then while it's attached, it's a synchro monster. So basically, you can turbo out your synchro monsters you can turbo out your letter monsters much easier, and it's also really good for Sartix, I guess. So yeah, that's cool. Letter B, Buster Shield. It can be used. Its unique effect is once per turn during your turn. Quick effect: you can detach two synchro the materials. Until the end of its turn, this card is unaffected by card effects. All cards you control. But your opponent cannot take any LP damage the turn you activate this effect, unless you detach a synchro material. So it's a little interesting card. Then Little Boat of Doom. This one is effect is if your opponent activates a quick play spell or a trap, detach two material or a synchro monster, negate, destroy. If you detach a synchro monster, equip the negated card and one other card from your opponent's graveyard to banish zone and attach it to this card. So you can kind of recycle a bit. So you can detach it, you can do stuff, and then you can recur if you use the synchro monster. So you can use it again. Then we got letter D, generic mecha number 7. This one is detach a synchro monster to send one monster your opponent controls to the top of the deck, or detach one material to send a spell trap to the top of the deck. It's pretty powerful, just generic removal, also can be summoned generically, Then letter E, I don't know. Once per turn, you can attach two materials or one synchro monster. Look at your opponent's hand, and if you detach a synchro monster, both players draw one and then discard one. This one gives you information, might be a bit strong because it only requires a level 5 synchro monster, and it gets you a little draw, so it's pretty powerful. I don't know, might be a little broken. Letter F, Carpentum Cat Leap. This is a reference to an archetype I made. It's called Carpentums. They're actually out if you want to play them. They kind of synergize with that a bit, but not really. And it's also going to be used generically too. So basically what he does is a flip effect. Attach two synchro monsters from your graveyard to this card. And it can't be, in a second turn, it can't be destroyed. So flip it up, detach, and then now the attack doesn't work because it can't be destroyed. So it's pretty cool. It says, if this card has two or more synchro monsters attached to this card as material, your opponent cannot control two or more monsters with the same attribute. This works well for the Carpentum deck because they have a variety of attributes. And once per turn, you can flip this card face down. So basically, again, to get that synchro monster, then you summon him, flip him face down, and then, opponent goes into it, and now they can't control anything. And this card's sent from, generic effect. I think it's pretty cool. Won't be that broken. Letter G, Coffin of Doom. Yeah, it might be a bit strong for zombie decks, but I think it's cool. What it does is when the special summon a level 4 normal monster from your graveyard, or add one monster from your banished zone to your hand. Recurs really well, and you can use a level 7 synchro, which is what zombies do, so it might be a little strong. And while this card has synchro monster as material, monsters special summoned from the graveyard or banished zone cannot be targeted by card effects. So protection for your boys. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. The revive effect might be a bit strong, but I think it's nice. I think that's pretty cool. Then the Twin Birds of Persia, letter H. This one is if your opponent activates a card effect from your hand or graveyard, you can negate, destroy. Basically, anti-hand trap and anti-graveyard, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And instead, uses spirit. So instead of the normal, when this dies, recur synchro, is when during the end phase, return this card to your extra deck and send all monsters from the field to the deck. And special summon one level 8 synchro monster from your graveyard. So wipes the field, summons back a synchro monster, and your opponent now has nothing to defend himself. And you have a nice synchro monster, maybe Boreal Savage, whatever it might be. Letter I, Teddy Bear Bazooka, relating to another archetype, Teddy Bear. This is the last one, I promise. And this one might be a little too strong. I think it's the strongest, and it can be used in Virtual World too. It's very much supposed to be a game finisher deck, like a game finisher card, like Access Code Talker. Here, let me show you. It says when a teddy bear. Okay, so when it's summoned, special summon a teddy bear monster from your deck. That's pretty good. You can generically get your cards. And then once per turn, it says if this card declares an attack, when this card attacks, you can detach one material for this card, destroy all other monsters in the field. That's really good. But if you did not summon by cheating, not using a synchro, it inflicts 500 damage for every card destroyed. So 3000 attack can blow up the field, attack again because the replay occurs, which is pretty powerful. Like, Jesus, wow. That's pretty good. So, yeah, that's a really powerful card. Might be a little too broken, but these are custom cards. Now, letter J, Submer Tank. Simple. This effect, once per turn, target 2 monsters in the field, destroy one, and add the other one to the user's hand. So you can bring out your own cards, destroy your own cards. So during the main phase, it becomes a union. It equips to a rank 10 or a level 10 synchro monster. Then the equipped monster can be targeted, destroyed, and gains 500 attack and defense. Pretty strong, good for train decks, I guess. Yeah. Bix of Foolishies. Yeah, that wasn't a typo. I know, it's Foolishies. Book of Foolishies. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, detach, negate, and if you detach a synchro monster, add one spell card. Again, it might be a bit broken, but level 11 synchros aren't very common. Yeah, so it should be fine. Level 11 Galaxy Brain, because of the memes. Because of the memes, we need the Galaxy Brain. Anyways, when this card is summoned, set a card from your graveyard to field. Very cool. This card can attack and defense percent. Also neat, because it has 2000 attack and a crap load of defense. And once per turn, opponent activates effect, detach one monster, negate, destroy, but if you detach a single monster, special summon it. So recursion, very nice. Now again, it has the same recursion effect as it always does too, so double recursion. So that guy dies, and this guy dies, and he can revive that guy. Pretty cool. In letter Z, Infinite Void. You can also special summon this card by using 3-letter Xyz monsters with different names and can't be summoned in other ways. Pretty hard to bring out because when this card is summoned, your opponent can activate card effects. They just can't until the end of the turn. No card effects. Then he's unaffected, and once per turn you can add one card from your deck to your hand. Yeah, it might be pretty good, but getting 3 synchro monsters, ranking them into 3 synchro monsters with different levels, ranking them up to different things, to different so you have to run 3-letter monsters, 3 synchro monsters with different levels to just get this guy out by himself. And he has 0 attack. But when he leaves the field, special summon 3 synchro letter monsters from your graveyard, so he recurs really well too. Now, unlucky letters. What are these? These are rip-offs of chaos numbers, and they evolve off others. And this is lucky letter A. What he does is, all of them, they share this effect. This can also be summoned by using their original version with no material as this card material. Now, it's hard to get this guy with no material unless you revive him from grave, so pretty hard. But in compensation, this guy does the same thing as he does, but except instead of putting himself into material, he puts his own material to that new card's material. And then, you control this face-up card, your opponent can only ever activate 1 spell or trap. So it was like that one Nitria, what was it, Vine Whip, Rose Whip? Yeah, that one. Unlucky letter D, Massive Mecha 7. Then, once per turn, detach a material, destroy all monsters or spell traps on the field. Pretty deadly. When this card is sent to the graveyard, special summon the generic mecha. This guy is pretty easy to make. Might be just as broken as the... Where is it? There you go. Letter I. Because they have very similar blow-up field effects. So, yeah, whoopsie. That's fine. Unlucky letter G, Creature of the Coffin. And again, letter G is really hard because, again, it can't detach any materials. That's not just an effect. so it's difficult to bring him out. So when he's Xyz summoned, banish from a card on the field or either player's graveyard. Level rank /8 monsters can't be targeted or destroyed. And if he has letter G as material, until your next turn, as long as the card is on the field, neither player can activate card monster effects. Pretty powerful effect, but what makes it, I think, balanced is the fact that you can also summon using 3 level 8. That's why he's the only one that has an effect like, oh, if you specifically have this, because you're never going to get 3 level 5 or 4 level 2 monsters, but you're going to get 3 level 8 monsters. There are very much decks that can do that. So, unlucky letter break, Foolish Book of Letters. This one, use letter K, the really hard one. But this guy, what he does is when this card is Xyz summoned, special summon letter Xyz monsters from your extra deck up to the amount of letter K monsters on the field or attached to an Xyz monster. So basically 2. So 2 letter monsters, then equip 1 letter K monsters to each of the letter Xyz monsters you summon. So pretty powerful. And while this or another letter K monster is attached to the material, it can't be destroyed, targeted, sent to hand, or banished. So really good protection for all your cards, except for Nightmare Unicorn, because it can still be sent to deck. But still really good. Rank up Magic Letters Force. Just the rank up spell. Just the rank up spell for either into another letter monster like Bazooka into Summer Tank, or like Wizard of Mystery into Unlucky Letter A Wizard of Mystery. Very generic. And once you do that rank up, this card gets attached to that as a synchro monster, so extra boost 2. Letter Education. If you control a letter monster, draw 2 and discard 1. And your opponent draws 1 card and discards 1. If you have a letter monster that would leave the field and discards your drew eye, banish this card to send 1 extra synchro monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. The point is to, if your letter monster dies and you summon it out generically without synchro monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard, send synchro monster. Pretty cool card, pretty cool draw card. Number to letter code. This is my favorite. If you control a letter Xyz monster, where your opponent activates a card effect, negate, destroy, special summon a number monster from your extra deck, which number equals the order of the letter in the alphabet of the letter monster, then attach this card to the number monsters as material. Only works for stuff with a Roman numeral. Doesn't work for any other language, but still pretty cool card. So for example, if you had letter A, it would turn into number 1, the numeron gate, or the other number 1, I forgot what's called. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I think it's pretty cool though. Dark Letter Conversion. Another way to get the unlucky boys out is, well, if you control a synchro monster, special summon unlucky letter monster with the same rank level of the synchro monster from your extra deck, then attach a synchro monster to it. All letter monsters gain 500 attack for every letter monster or synchro monster on the field. When this card leaves the field, special letter Xyz between A and Y, so not Z basically, from your extra deck. Actually, I can remove that. I don't need that distinction because he can't be special summoned. It cannot be special summoned any other ways, so that's fine. Extra to the field, and attach this card as material, and when he's attached to Xyz, he's treated as a synchro. Now, I think the letter archetype overall seems pretty strong and pretty cool, and I don't think any of those generic cards would be good, but just as a generic extra deck, I think they'd be pretty strong and kind of broken. So yeah, you can check these out in Dueling Book. They're all public, and yeah, thanks for watching. And if you like the idea, I guess subscribe. Why not? Make content, make up podcasts. It's pretty cool. Anyways, bye.